I'm William Grantham with IchimokuWeather.com, and this quick analysis is going to be on Palantir, and we are going to answer the question, when should I buy? First, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the market environment. We do have a red line here that is showing that we do have earnings coming up in just a few days. It's going to be on the 16th. Now, on the last earnings, we did come in underestimated. We had estimated 4 cents, and we came in at minus 94 cents, but the market didn't care, and it took off after earnings anyway. It then consolidated for a while before we had a higher volume day, above average volume. Now, this is the average volume of 50 periods, so it didn't start until the 51st period, and we can see that we did have 3 very strong volume days, initially on the up, and then a little bit of a higher volume also on a downswing. This consolidation area here has caused the future cloud to be projected as flat on the bottom and almost flat on the top. So we also have another red line here in the future. This is the lockup period. This was an IPO, and when you have an IPO, a lockup period is when investors and insiders are not allowed to sell their shares. Now, Palantir was a direct listing, and so insiders were able to sell 1/5 of their positions from the beginning, and they have to wait until the lockup before they sell any more. Now, we're going to take a look at thinviz.com real quick and scroll down to the bottom, and we can see what insiders have been doing. Either they're buying or selling as been reported, and we can see right here that there has only been selling. This might just be people on the inside who are wanting to take a little bit of profit after working so long for this company. It has been around for a while. After the lockup period, they will have the opportunity to be able to sell some more, or they might buy. So after the lockup period, if we do see a lot of selling from insiders, then that means that they believe that the market price is currently at where it should be, or it could be a little bit lower. So a lot of times after lockup, you will see a downtrend in the market action, and then it will bottom off a little bit, and then it can start heading back up, and that's a good time to get in. Also, after lockup, you also sometimes see on an IPO where the market price does not go down and continues to go up, and that is an incredibly good sign for a stock, showing that insiders have belief that it is worth more than the current market price. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here on our daily, and we can see that our market action is underneath the red line and underneath the blue line. So it is a downtrend at the moment. The red line is going to be our first line of resistance above, and the blue line is the next line of resistance above that. If you wanted to get in on the daily, we can see that the first line above us, the red line, could cause a little bit of stalling of market action. Let's take a look at where our support areas are here on the daily. At the top of the cloud, we notice over here a little flat area on the future cloud. We'll use that as an idea of where to put our line at the top of the cloud. And then we have a flat area here on the bottom of the cloud. So let's put a line here. These are going to be our first lines of support underneath market action. So you might want to wait and see if market action can come down and stall at support. And then that might be a good place to buy as well. We also have the possibility of market action going up. The first bullish sign would be market action going above the red line, so that might be a good place to buy. But we also might be able to find hints on where to buy. We're going down on a lower time frame. So we're going to jump down into a 1 hour first, and we can see that on the 1 hour, we have support here and support here from our daily. And right above support, we have a black line. This is our 200 period simple moving average, and it works real well with Ichimoku Kinko-hyo. So we do have a blue below the red also here on a 1 hour chart, and this is a bearish channel. Notice that the market action has been touching the blue line as it's been mostly under the blue line as it's been going down. So what we could be looking for here as an opportunity to get in is for the market action to stay above the blue line for an extended period. The next thing we'd be looking for is for market action to go up and touch the red line, or move above the red line. After that, the next thing we'll be looking for is for the blue line to cross above the red line. So any of these could be an impetus for getting into this stock if your other analysis says that it's time to do so. The first thing would be for market price to stay above the blue line for a while. The second would be for market price to get above the red line. And the third would be for the blue line to move above the red line. On the 1 hour chart, we do have a thin cloud right here, and that could be a perfect spot for market action to be able to move up and through the cloud. Now let's take a look at what this looks like on a 5-minute chart, just for curiosity's sake. And we can see on the 5-minute chart we have our downtrend where market action has gone above the cloud several times, and now we're kind of stalled and in a bit of a consolidation, and that is shown by the thin cloud projected into the future. We can also see the 200-period simple moving average has been riding the top of the cloud down, and that is a very good indication for a place to be able to get into this particular stock. If market action can get above the red line, get above the cloud, and then get above the black line, then you know that there's a chance that this downtrend has turned around and is starting to go bullish again. So the first thing you'd want to see is for market action to get above the red line. The next thing you'd want to see is for market action to challenge the cloud and get above it. At that point, you might have enough upward momentum to be able to see the blue line get above the red line. That would be another signal to get in. And then the third signal, of course, would be getting above the 200-period simple moving average. So taking a look here on the 5-minute chart, it does give us really good ideas on where we might be able to get in as this is turning around. I'm William Grantham, and this has been your quick analysis on Palantir Technology Incorporated, and I'm with Ichimoku Weather.com.